What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my friend Dan.
No, I'm first. Hey.
Man, I try to change it up.
Usually not first, but you're gonna have to let me know. That way I'm okay.
All right, well, Dan.
Friend. I'm like, that's your sister.
That's Dan right there. Okay, and then my sister, Delilah.
Lila.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember my sister's name. It's okay. And my brother Derek.
What's up, everybody?
This week, you guys, we are talking about The Incredible Hulk in our continuation of our Marvel Cinematic Universe rewatch. So since we're in quarantine, we decided to watch all these movies again. And we're on movie number 2. So, as always, we start off. Derek, what was the story?
Well, the story...
In 2 seconds or less.
Wow. And I'm done.
No, what was the story, Derek?
The story was about, of course, Bruce Banner. He's on the run from the government. And also, while he's on the run from the government, he's trying to find a cure to get rid of the Hulk. And also, in the meantime, try not to lose his temper and turn into the Hulk. But, of course, that doesn't happen.
It wouldn't be a movie if it didn't. All right.
That's right.
What did we like?
My first?
About
Sure, yeah, let's go down the list. Delilah, what did you like?
All right. You know what? I like the fact that it was better than the first one, so that's bonus points.
wow.
Hey, you know what? But I did like Edward Norton's take on Bruce Banner and the Hulk. I thought that was done really well. He gave the character a little bit of depth and some emotion, which I think was really needed. So I think I that's what I liked the most about it.
Yeah, they said he rewrote some of the
Oh, yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff about that when we get to our movie facts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, what did you like?
What did I like? I did like Edward Norton's take on Bruce Banner. I loved how the Hulk kind of looked like him, like when they changed when he changed. I also liked what was he doing? Like in the beginning of the movie, he was working at that bottling plant or something. And he was like trying to keep him changing into the Hulk. He was like speaking that language. And what did he say? You won't like me when I'm hungry.
You won't like me when I'm hungry. Yeah.
Like, don't make me hungry. You won't like me when I'm hungry.
We talked about this in our rewatch, but like the Portuguese word for hungry and angry is not even close. Like you can't get them confused.
No, not close.
Well, yeah, I like that part because, like, dude on the run, so like he got to do whatever he got to do, end up where he gonna end up, and then learning languages, got to deal with different problems and whatnot. Them dudes, they was lame. They're trying to have like some girls and I do this, call them gringo and everything, and trying to get all butch, and then once he changed,
they all died.
It was curtains. like it was curtains at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that the whole battle with the colonel and everything. The army chasing him, trying to take him down. Him and Betty, just that and the other.
Yeah.
And then was he in the army? Or was he just like
he was in the army?
Yeah, he was in the army.
He was in the army.
Yeah, the Abomination.
Yeah, Abomination. Yeah, so like the whole story was cool to me. Way better than the first one. The first one was trash.
Oh man, the first one was so trash. Oh my god.
Couldn't wait to get that garbage can to the curb on Sunday so I could never see it. It was the worst.
The story of the first one was so dumb. That was a dumb story. Oh my god. Okay. Derek, what did you like about this movie?
Mine was the same as Delilah and Dan.
That's original.
Norton take on the Hulk.
I
liked what they liked. Sorry.
Where's that? Continue here.
He's explaining.
Ignore this nonsense.
Right. I like his take on the Hawk. I know we talked about this yesterday with our commentary, where we were kind of iffy about Mark Ruffalo being the Hawk in the Avengers, and I do feel like each Norton and Mark Ruffalo both brought their own into the Hawk character. And after like watching yesterday, I just feel like I don't think one was better than the other. I just think they both brought their own take to it, and it was just equally as good. And the premise of the movie was fine. Like, I didn't feel like it was over the top. Only thing I really didn't like or care for was the final act. I thought that battle scene was kind of weak. But there was no parts in the movie where I was like, okay, come on, let's get on to the next part. I think the movie moved along and was in a way where it keeps the audience attention, at least mine.
Yeah, I think that is a good take on that. Yeah, I was kind of in that same mindset. Like you said, we mentioned yesterday, Edward Norton. When they switched to Mark Ruffalo, I was like, man, what is this, dude? Like, but eventually, like, the way that he portrayed that character, I really liked. But Edward Norton was pretty good, too. And I thought the first 2/3 of the movie was very interesting.
I agree.
I think this movie suffers from what a lot of Marvel movies suffer from is a villain problem. That their villains, like I guess in this movie, is mainly the military's the villain, and then eventually you have Abomination. Just they're always so weak.
Yeah, and
it's just I think to me that was like the biggest issue with the movie, which sucks because that was the biggest part of the movie.
I think with Marvel, their downfall was also what made them interesting because they didn't build up their villains, but the hero wasn't one note. Like before, we would get a bunch of one note heroes where it's like, I must do good because I'm good, you know. And Marvel really fleshed out their characters. Yeah. But sadly, that meant we didn't really get good villains.
Right.
So that was that. But we kind of touched on it. But what didn't we like? Or were you saying something, Dan? Am I bad?
Yeah, I was just really not a hero. So, like, even if you go back to the cartoons, the Hulk is really just a problem that that he himself is trying the whole time, and the military is always trying to, you know, take what he knows and obviously turn it into a weapon or whatever. The Hulk's never really like been recognized as, oh, he's the hero, he's here to save the day. There's never been that until he came to the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? And joined that whole squad. But like, as far as like having a villain is, I don't want to say it's difficult, but when you don't really have a hero to like throw a villain in there that just amazing, I think it's hard to do. I feel like the Abomination kind of just filled in the role of, all right, well, we need somebody to be big enough and strong enough to go up against the actual Hulk.
So, do you think making a solo Hulk movie, would you think that would be difficult? Period. Like just because the Hulk isn't really like a hero.
No, I don't think it will be difficult.
I mean, where do you go? Where do you go with it though? You know what I mean? Like the whole time you're just gonna be focusing on how we're trying to get rid of it and how the military trying to take it. Like where else do you go?
I think the issue now is there's nowhere else to go since we've advanced the Hawk in other movies. You know what I mean? Like he came to terms with the Hawk. They worked out their issues, and now they're combined. So I feel like now there's really nowhere else to go with it. But I think in the past there could have been some places you could have went with it. I don't know how you do it now.
Oh yeah, well you got to get rid of Professor Hawk like that. It's got to be done. Like you got to change that.
And you can't go backwards, can you?
Yeah.
Is he still Professor Hawk in the comics?
No, that was done with a long time ago.
How did they do that? Or just comic book?
The Hulk got really angry and took over again. I don't know. But there's still a bunch of other Hawks we haven't explored. Grey Hawk hasn't showed up. There's a lot to still explore with the character, but you gotta kind of revert him back. Because right now he's at a perfect point, right? So you can't really do anything with that.
Yeah.
Right, so, I mean, do you undo progress just to make another movie that you don't need to make?
I mean, characters do regress. It's not unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
I don't.
Maybe there's something like he gets exposed to gamma rays again, and it forces. I don't know. Like Darren said, the Hulk get really mad and takes over again. Who knows? It could be that. Like there's more gamma rays that made that happen. I don't know. They could try to develop that.
All the rays, just every ray. Just point all the rays at them.
Yeah. Gamma rays, Alabama rays, all that.
The Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Devil rays.
Manta rays and stingrays. Get those rays at them too.
Ray Bans. all that stuff, man. Yeah, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? See, the Hulk just gets pissed off because he's like, man, there's just too many rays. And he gets rage. And now he's back at square one, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, man, we should write this movie. We're obviously excellent writers.
Obviously, this is clear.
Bruce Banner puts on some Ray-Bans and the Hulk is angry.
Puny Ray-Ban. Something like that. See, we got somewhere to start at. We can start somewhere. We got somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's great. Okay. So, yeah. Talk about what we didn't like. The third act. Third act in this movie. I don't. It was not intriguing. The fight was bad. It was just a mishmash of CGI. I couldn't get with it, man.
Yeah. I think the only purpose of it is kind of to show that, like, the Hulk can be good and that he's more than just a rage monster. I think that's, like, the only purpose it really showed, really. Before that, the entire time, he turns into the Hulk and it's just destruction. This time, he turns into the Hulk and, he has a purpose. He's saving lives. He's, fighting Abomination. That's, like, the only purpose of it. But besides that, the fight was really bad. The fact that a guy turned into Abomination was just dumb. I mean, you're with the military, then all of a sudden you decide, the military left and he's just left behind and no one questioned what this dude is doing.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just weird.
That's true. That's true. That was hilarious though when Hulk kicked him.
Oh.
Oh. That was just dumb.
Yeah, well, because he stood up to him. Scrambled egg.
Yeah. Like a scrambled egg. Back up against the tree. I'm like, why would you even try to just roll up to this dude? Like whatever he injected you with, it wasn't enough. Like you fast and everything, but you're not. But he still went up to him like, that's all you got. That's all you're gonna do. And he kicked him. Scrambled egg into the tree. But then they say his bones and stuff was messed up.
All his bones.
After that.
Yeah.
Every and then because he got injected with that stuff, he recovered. But
my thing is, how you gonna trash talk? You lost the fight, and you that's all you got? Like, you lost, dude. Why are you still talking right now?
It must be like some testosterone or something, and that stuff they injected him with, just make him feel like he all. Like he high off crack cocaine or something. Like he just became. So he just rolled up to him, thinking he was macho. I guess he got shot. His body was just.
That is my favorite scene of the movie.
He did kind of ragdoll across the lawn.
Yeah, like them toys that the body is like a balloon, and then the legs and the arms are just jelly, so it floats there. The feet are weights, I think, to hold the balloon down. But the legs is just jelly. The arms is just little paper. That's what it looked like when he hit the tree.
You mean
His arms and legs
the wacky inflatable. What do they call it? It's from Family Guy.
Waving arm guy.
Yeah, the wacky inflatable waving arm guy.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, let me have Carlon's, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. That.
All right. All right, we mentioned some of the acting. Everyone seems to like Edward Norton's take on Bruce Banner. What about everyone else? Or if you have more thoughts about Edward Norton?
Edward Norton is fine. How'd y'all feel about Betty Ross? I felt she was kind of boring to me.
Garbage. She
was kind of bland.
Over the top at. Yeah, she was over the top at times. The other time was just like.
I just want to. I don't know. I just want to go on the record. I just feel like Betty Ross' character, like in the comic books, is just lame.
Well, I mean, I was going to mention that because in Ang Lee's Hawk, Jennifer Connelly was bland too as Betty Ross.
So I think Derek has a point. Betty Ross in general is kind of a pointless character. Basically, is the monster can have a girl. And I know a lot of comic books, especially at the time it was written, it was basically every comic book character needed girl on his side.
Right.
And I felt like the problem with her character is that she's basically just that. She has no depth. I don't know what her character's like now, but she has no depth to her. So it's kind of why she's not in the MCU now.
Yeah. She's not interesting.
You serve no purpose. You can't in any way. So, yeah, get out the way. Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Right. I mean, I don't mean to be mean, but you bored us enough. Go. Goodbye.
All right.
Yeah, so I think that's the only person I didn't like. Well, I did say in the commentary that I didn't like. What was that guy's name? I don't know. I think they could have picked a better person for that.
What?
Oh, the guy that played.
Oh, the guy that turned into an abomination.
Polanski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he needed another actor?
I think so, yes.
I mean, anybody could play Polanski.
Yeah, but I mean, for him to be like, I don't know, just this renegade guy with issues and ultra competitive and wants to be the best and he just didn't give me that vibe.
Oh, I got you. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise could pull it off. Tom Cruise won't be in this movie.
Come on, man.
I think Tom Cruise could pull it off.
I don't see that one.
I feel like Top Gun all over again.
Tom Cruise, he just don't seem like he's. I don't know.
I was just throwing that out there. I wasn't being serious.
Honestly, I would take anybody over the guy they had.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he was kind of. Yeah, I guess we could have went another way.
I guess so. All right. Any other different? I mean, William Hurt's great as General Ross.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
he worked really well.
It's better than Wyatt Earp. Or wait, no.
Really, I like Sam Elliott. You didn't like Sam Elliott?
I like Sam Elliott actor. I don't know. Maybe it's just a movie. Maybe it was just Ang Lee's Hawk. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought he was fine as Ross. Are you like remembering Tombstone too much or whatever? You can't get it out your head?
Maybe. He didn't even play Wyatt Earp. Who did he play in that?
Brother.
Oh, okay.
What's his face was Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
I cannot think of his name. Russell.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was just that movie. But I think William Hurt was a good choice, and like he continues to bring the character in the future movies, so I think that was pretty good. Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I had about it. Delilah, you had some movie news, facts, things.
Yes. Let's start with casting. We already talked about Sam Elliott. He wanted to reprise his role but they went with William Hurt instead. I like Sam Elliott in the role, but apparently I'm the only one that did.
I guess he would have been fine. I don't know.
He probably would have been alright.
Yeah.
I think William Hurt.
I think William Hurt is great, and I'm glad that they Russo brothers brought him back. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. Eric Bana, who was Bruce Banner in the first one, that turned down the role to do it again.
Thank
He's like,
goodness.
nah.
Oh my God, no! Why would did they actually approached him?
I guess according to the internet.
Want to make another trash movie?
Ah, he was horrible.
He was bad. I want to say, outside of the story plot, he was one of the main reasons on why it was bad.
Well, that's bad because he's the main character.
Yeah, man, he was hot trash as the Hawk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like don't bring that fool back.
It's like, what was it like being a Hawk?
Dogs in the first one. You don't want to fight more dogs in the second one? No.
They were Hawk dogs.
I don't care what they were. It was garbage. Like this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in an Incredible Hulk movie or cartoon.
It was pretty good. Apparently David Duchovny, the guy from the X-Files, also wanted to be Bruce Banner. That was a horrible choice. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Wow.
What? Come on,
Wow.
No, not Scully. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Mulder.
Mulder.
Yeah,
Yes,
like the other one.
Mulder, yeah. The other one.
Yeah.
Especially since
thank
one
God
of them
they
was a
didn't do
woman, so.
Right. Not Scully.
Yeah, Scully was
Yeah.
his partner.
Scully
Was also a girl.
woman.
Yes.
But yeah,
And then,
thank God they didn't do that way.
yeah, no, that would have been horrible. Horrible. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, that the director originally wanted Mark Ruffalo, but Marvel insisted on Edward Norton. And it's just kind of ironic because now we got Mark Ruffalo. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, there was some problems with Edward Norton, right? Wasn't there?
Yes, we're gonna talk about that next.
Okay.
So Edward Norton has a history of like wanting to control the movies that he's in, and he often rewrite lines and stuff, and wants a lot of input in his movies. You know, Marvel's like, nah, this is our movie. This is what we doing. So you had things like that because they said apparently he rewrote scenes for the movie every day.
Every day.
And yes.
That's insane.
And yeah,
Wow.
so he wanted, to give Bruce Banner more depth for stuff, which is good. I like that part. That kind of like, expands onto movies later on or whatever. And also one of his rewrites also added the character of Dr. Sampson, which is kind of good and bad. But since we didn't get another movie, Dr. Sampson was kind of pointless in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, literally served no purpose. Then he just disappeared. Stupid.
Yeah,
Like he had like no problem with his girl just like, okay, bye. Oh, Bruce is back. You can go. Like
She straight up dipped out on him. Oh my God.
like they was at the restaurant and she's like, "Is that Bruce?" And it's like, "Bye, Sam." They've just gone. Like, dude, just left you. Yeah. So Marvel's like, "Nah, bruh. These are movies." So that was going to be a big issue. So basically Marvel was like, you can go. Of course, Edward Norton and his team was just like, no, it wasn't about that at all. It was about financial things, blah, blah, blah. But then he's still talking about it. So he must still be bitter about not being the Hawk. Probably
Is
for that
he
paper.
still talking about it?
He is still talking about it.
all that dough, man. Like the Hulk was like, come on, I'll be mad.
Yeah, because he brought it up when they did the roast of, what's the name of that dude? Die Hard. Why can't I think? Bruce Willis. And that was only like a couple of years ago. Yeah, he brought it up then. Then he like brought it up again like a year ago or whatever. So he bitter about it.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
He looking at all that money he missed out
on all that money.
Yeah.
Gonna make that money.
Yeah, my thing is like, dude, you think you gonna just chill out for $1 billion movie? Like, you gotta rewrite nothing?
It's Marvel.
Yeah.
They got this. All right. They've been
Exactly.
doing this. for
Well,
a
I mean,
long
I
time.
guess it was the start of Marvel, though. So, I mean,
but it's still Marvel though. They
Right, it's
still
their
know what
stuff.
they're doing with their heroes.
Yeah.
They know, not you.
Yeah, like you gonna rewrite the Avengers movies too? Get out of here. Go on somewhere.
Like, bro, I don't even want to see what you would have rewrote into those. Like, no.
Oh,
Leave it
no.
alone. It's
No. You leave Avengers alone.
Yeah, man, they was probably thinking that, like, we don't even no, we don't need those problems. We can go.
Oh, yeah,
You know-
I guess that would have been his next movie. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that probably, yeah.
Yeah. And Marvel has a history of kicking people to the curb when they don't do what they want them to do. So
True.
Yeah, like I heard that, what's his name? Chadwick Boseman ain't gonna be the Black Panther no more.
no, that's not true.
Nah.
Seriously?
What?
That's not true.
Nah.
Aw,
Okay.
I've been all over
Okay,
everything.
Yeah,
who
no,
else
he's
are you
already-
gonna get?
Cast for Black Panther too. Like it's already
What you can get Denzel Washington's son.
David Washington. Yeah,
He too young.
Yeah.
that don't mean nothing.
I don't know, man. Like,
I think he's too young.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, how old is he?
30, I guess.
He got to be in his early 30s.
Yeah, because Chadwick Boseman in his 40s.
Yeah.
Okay, isn't it
like,
better
if you
to have a
play
younger
Black
person?
Panther, like it doesn't matter.
I think it's better to have a younger person. And then, first of all, David Washington looks old, so that's not the issue.
All right, I guess.
Beard is not doing him no favors.
Come on, we be having 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds playing people in high school. Come on.
All right, we obviously need to stop doing that.
Yo, I just found out in Love and Basketball, Sanaa Lathan was 29. No idea.
Really?
I
Wow.
look like it.
Yes.
He looked really young. He definitely did. But,
Interesting.
okay. How old was Oh my God. Anybody know?
29.
Probably was older.
He was 29?
Oh, they were like the same age. He was like 30 or something.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's cool.
No, I didn't realize, like,
Forever.
I mean, like, they're adults because they're always adults, but I didn't realize they were like adults.
Well, that's why I
Don't
like that they
forget it.
casted Tom Holland as Spider-Man, because you finally got somebody that was a teenager.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's horrible. All right. Well, that was interesting. What else you got? I'm just
Okay, so
go ahead.
all right, so this one is not really a movie fact, but more of just like, hey, I didn't know this. So originally, Stan Lee designed the Hawk to be gray, but apparently the printers had trouble printing the gray color. It will always be off. It comes out white, black, or whatever. So he was like, forget it. I'm just going to change the color. So he changed them to green because that's the color the printer could print. That's why the Hawk is green. No.
Oh, wow. I think I like
Isn't that
green better than gray. Gray is like,
Absolutely.
come on.
It worked
Yeah.
out perfectly.
Yeah, green is good.
No, it worked out great. Yeah. It definitely adds more to the fact that he's green instead of gray.
Yeah, that would just
But,
look weird.
Boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's boring. Like
Well, back in the day,
which superhero is gray? Which superhero
Is
is
gray? War Machine?
He's black and gray.
No, that's black.
Yeah, but that's like
And
a
he's mostly
chrome-
black.
What about the Steel Superman?
Or okay,
All right.
Huh?
fine.
Okay, well they had to portray the steelness of him. Just like the Silver Surfer.
He's got a red cape though.
That's a cape? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that. Okay. Is Silver Surfer is gray, or is he technically silver? Are we not counting silver as gray?
I don't know.
It's two different colors.
It's in the same family.
I mean, I think
Yeah,
in the
it's in the
comic
family.
books he's like white.
That is
and then
true.
they make
He
it
is
look
usually
shiny.
covered.
Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't count. Oh, I guess
Well,
so,
I
know.
mean, look, you got to take it this way. Everybody is always upset when like movies have giant gray CGI monsters fighting each other. Like,
Well, because It's a boring color.
Yeah.
Unless it's on your walls. It's a great paint color.
Don't say that, because my wife
Okay.
wants to paint my whole house gray. I'm tired of gray right now. So
Oh, wow.
Not every room need to be gray. Just one good gray room. One good gray wall.
True.
Goes with everything.
It does go with everything. I will give you that.
Yeah.
But you got to accent it with something. It can't just be
Yeah,
gray.
yeah. You can't have gray furniture too, though. You got gray walls.
Just be
you need
all
color
gray.
furniture.
You'll never see anything. Gray carpet, gray furniture, gray walls. Like, where's everything at? Right there. You can't see it.
like, what are you sitting on? It's a couch. It looks like you're floating.
Hey, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. So you got to accent it with something.
Yeah.
Bright. I like gray and a darker gray. Like, don't do
What if everything was gray with just like black outlines, so it looks like
Oh.
a sketch, like your whole room looks like looks like it was a sketch.
I think if that was possible, that would be pretty dope looking in a way, but only in concept.
All
I
right,
get tired of that after a while.
what else you got, Delilah?
Okay, so this one is also not a movie fact, but I do want to apologize for our stupidity yesterday.
What did we do?
Guatemala is 3,000 miles away from Brazil. Not only is it 3,000 miles away, they're not even in the same continent. So we're dumb.
It's Central America, right?
Yeah. So, yes, I apologize. We are stupid. We were like, how close is it? Not close. Should have known that.
I said it wasn't close.
I know, but I was thinking like at least it was in South America. It's not. So,
No, why would it?
I'd like
I
to
don't know.
apologize.
I have no idea. I'm not going to pretend like I knew where it was, but okay,
I
fine.
apologize for that. Yes.
Guatemala
I feel like
facts.
Yes. I looked it up. Yeah. It was dumb on our part. Okay, now we can talk about the movie. Yay. Okay, apparently Abomination was going to make an appearance in Age of Ultron as a supporting antagonist, but it was cut. I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah, I was like, thank God.
Yeah,
that
how would that
doesn't
work?
make sense.
Where would he have come from, and why would he be there? How are we going to explain?
Right, that makes no sense. I don't know what they were smoking on when they thought of that.
You think
they-
instead of Hulkbuster versus the Hulk, it would have been Abomination and the Hulk fighting each other?
Yeah.
How would he get
But-
to country they were in? They
They're in Africa,
they
right?
bring him there to fight the Hulk, you think? Yeah, but that's probably
Yeah,
what
but
they
like,
do.
wasn't the whole point of the Hulkbuster to keep the Hulk from like going off
Yeah.
and to like kind of shut him down? Like Abomination, they would have just been fighting. Like it wouldn't have been no stopping. It would
I
have
don't
destroyed the whole
know.
city.
They already destroyed the whole city.
That's true.
When the Hulkbuster, when they was fighting, he destroyed the whole city.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he was fighting Abomination, they wouldn't have stopped. Like, they would have just kept going. I think
Yeah,
there was an end game with the Hulkbuster. He was like, all right, we got to get him, contain him, and shut this down. Abomination would have just been like, all right, let's just fight for the sake of fighting.
All right, I get you. I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the story. Maybe they weren't going to use Wanda Maximoff in that version of Age of Ultron. But I'm glad they didn't use Abomination again. Let's not.
Yeah, no,
like, we
that's-
don't need to see him in more than one movie. We don't need to see him.
No, not at all. And so I'm like, oh, glad y'all didn't do that. Okay. Next up, this is the only Phase 1 MCU movie where Nick Fury does not appear.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is true. That is
His name shows up in the beginning little scene.
That doesn't count. Doesn't count at all.
All
Yeah.
right.
I guess I should have put this first. Marvel shot this and Iron Man at the same time.
Did they?
They shot it in Toronto. Yeah, not on the same set. This was in Toronto. Iron Man was shot in wherever Iron Man was shot. LA, I guess. LA and other places. But yeah, they were making the movies at the same time.
Huh. That I didn't know.
I mean, that's doable. They really didn't have any characters that had to cross over or anything, so
Yeah, no.
kind of like.
No, it's very doable. I think interesting that they decided, like, well, we're doing this, so let's do them both at the same time. It's a huge gamble for them.
Yeah, I thought they would have waited to see what like how well Iron Man would do. But I guess they did come out in the same year, didn't they?
Yeah, didn't
They did. Yeah, Iron Man was first, but yeah.
Yeah, they had the cutscene at the end. But what was that? At the end of the Hulk, I think it was.
Tony Stark was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So this was the shortest MCU movie, and it is also the only movie where the post-credit scene is before the credits.
Which is an oxymoron because then it's not post-credits.
Well, it's a post-credit scene because we know what it is because it's completely irrelevant to everything else.
True. Okay. There's an extra scene at the end of the movie.
Yeah, like, it's like, you thought it was over. No, wait, we got this extra 15 seconds. Which is kind of cool because everybody's like, everything's all connected, yay. But, yeah, that's the only one. Which makes me think, why did they all of a sudden switch it to being after the credits? To make us watch the credits?
I guess to like add to the suspense. I think that's what all that was, just to add to the suspense. Because there's really no benefit of waiting all the way through the credits to see it.
Right.
I think it was just the suspense. I think it's all that.
True. This is Jon Favreau's fault. He's the one that did it in Iron Man.
It worked. It worked because every time when the Marvel movies ended, nobody moved.
And now people do it on movies that don't need post-credit scenes.
Because movies that don't need post-credit scenes will put post-credit scenes in. Because it's a thing now.
Mm-hmm. It's a selling point, I guess. Or it builds anticipation for the next movie if you got a sequel. Oh my God, there's too many bugs in your restaurant, my dude. But yeah, it builds anticipation. So yeah, I do it.
What was that about bugs?
It's this thing on the TV in the background, that Chef Ramsay show when he was fixing restaurants.
Oh,
I didn't know he was watching Hell's Kitchen. I was like, this dude got to be watching Kitchen Nightmares.
There was so many bugs in this dude's kitchen. I'm like, oh my God.
This is why you can't record a podcast over the internet.
It's muted. It's muted, though. It's muted. It is muted.
Okay. My man's watching Kitchen Nightmares. All right. What else you got?
This was the lowest grossing MCU movie.
Oh, out of all of them.
Okay.
Not surprising.
Yeah, it's the Hulk.
Not really surprising.
I was going to bring that out.
Okay, well, bring out the numbers then.
Right.
So we talk about it.
Get out now.
All right, so their budget was $150 million. They opened up with $55.4 million. Grossed in the USA at $134.8 million, and worldwide it was $264.7 million.
And that's not great. I mean, it's good, but it's not.
I mean, yeah, it made money. As far as Marvel goes, it's not up to par.
It is exactly what Delilah said. The worst grossing Marvel movie.
Yeah, definitely on the low end. But like I said, it's the Hulk, man. Like it's,
Yesterday, that I just feel like a solo Hulk movie is just hard to do, just because. I mean, who will the Hulk face? Like, who will he fight?
Himself, basically. He can only fight other gamma ray things, and tired of gamma ray things.
Or the military.
Or the military.
Forever chasing this cat. I mean,
yeah, that's true. You gotta see what they're gonna do with that. Huh. Lowest grossing movie.
Yep.
All right. So then I do have a few nitpicks.
Pick away.
All right. We can start with we already talked about. How dumb was the military in this movie?
Oh, first, yeah.
I mean, first of all, I'm like, do y'all know how to sneak attack? It was so, like, when they're on the college campus and they're so obviously about to come and get this dude.
Yeah, he's walking up, and they try to sneak up on him in a tank.
Yeah, you can see, man. I'm like, what the heck? Like, maybe he won't notice our tank.
and it's just rolling through.
College campuses across America all have tanks on their campuses. Yeah, that's normal.
Hey, just like, no, he's not going to notice this at all. It's just, I don't know. The military was just so stupid in it. Just like, constantly, like, I go to Brazil and shoot them up. That didn't work. No, it was just like, then you're at a college campus and you shoot them up. That didn't work. And then you do it again in New York. Like, it's me? I would think trying to shoot him doesn't work.
Yeah. Like, hey, guys, I don't think these bullets are working. Maybe we should try something else.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's just...
Well, they had that one thing. They had that one thing. I don't know if it was like this.
Oh, the sound thing?
Or what it was. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I mean, it didn't work because all he did was overpower it. But
it, like,
I guess that's
slowed him down a little bit. They have a backup plan. Like, okay, the sound thing worked. It slowed him down. I was like, all right, so what's your next step? It's like they didn't have a next step.
You notice they didn't ever bring that out again? Like, they didn't have that when...
No, they didn't. They didn't try it again. No.
Yeah. Only thing that kind of worked, they didn't do again. It makes no sense.
It's almost like...
Yeah, I don't know. The military was just extra dumb, which is unfortunate since they were the bad guy.
It's true enough.
Yeah.
But...
So, my next nitpick is how many beats per minute does it take for him to turn into the Hawk?
Yeah, 200 apparently.
Is incredibly high. If it takes 200 to turn into the Hawk, he would never turn into the Hawk.
That's
the
like...
heart shouldn't be beating that fast.
You're dead at 200.
Like, they couldn't pick a reasonable number, like 160, 170. That's like a good workout. Like, 200 is not good. Especially not in a person that age.
A little bit more. The whole need a little bit more. Because all them gamma rays. I'm like, we got to up this ante a little bit.
Nah, it don't make any sense because him as Bruce Banner would never have a reason for his heart rate to reach that high.
Right. And then, like, I brought this out during the movie, but when him and Betty was trying to get together, why was his heart going up to 200 beats? Like,
would never get to 200.
Like, dude.
He was excited, man.
Okay.
Excited.
Your heart does not reach 200.
He's like, I've never done this before.
200 beats, though?
That's an awful lot.
Yeah, I think they focused on the wrong thing. It's probably more of an adrenaline thing. And by focusing on the watch, they made it seem like, oh my God, when he reached 200, he turns into the Hawk. When that's not the actual case.
I thought it was a cute touch to be like, oh, you have this so he can gauge like where he's at. But I think the problem is she probably has someone who doesn't understand how heartbeats work. And so they chose 200, like, 200 is a good number. And I'm like, have you ever worked out in your life? Heart is not getting up that high. If your heartbeat is going up to 200, you are the most out of shape person in the world and you're having a heart attack.
I believe the average adult is like 100 beats per minute.
Yeah, maybe a little lower. I thought it was 90.
At rest, if you're in shape at rest, your heartbeat's like 65. If you're like an extreme athlete, is a lot less than that. So like a good person who's in good shape, 65. That's at rest. When I work out, I average between 145 to let's say 175, depending on how intense my workouts are.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot. It's like 1 beat a second.
Right. So you would never get that high. I felt like they picked someone and they picked an arbitrary number without knowing what that number meant.
200.
That bothered me. And that bothered me. Like, you could have picked a reasonable number like 170 or 180 and I would have bought it. 200 is ridiculous.
Well, they were probably hoping people wouldn't pay too much attention to it.
I mean, I'm probably paying too much attention to it. It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Yeah, there's definitely death, but yeah. I agree with that.
So that was my only nitpick. I don't know if you guys had other nitpicks.
No, not really.
No.
Are you okay over there? Or what's going on?
I felt like he died.
I was mulling it over in my brain. Make sure I didn't have any more nitpicks, but no, I don't think I did.
All right, best quotes from the movie.
Oh, wait. I did have one, though. I did have one.
Okay.
In that last fight scene, when it kind of seemed like the Hulk was tired of fighting, like he was bored with, like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I do remember that.
I don't think they really needed him to do that, because it's like, okay, he's like, ugh. That doesn't fit the Hulk character, if you ask me.
It
Maybe
did
they're trying
kind
to
of
make him
stand
more
out.
human.
I don't know. Well, I guess it was because at that point, when he turned into the Hulk, Bruce Banner was guiding. Like, he gave him a thing to fight when he turned into the Hulk. It wasn't just pure rage. So
Right.
I think it was highlighting the difference because, like Delilah said, the other times it was just pure destruction whenever he turned into the Hulk. And this time, since he had a target, maybe he just was like, I don't really feel like doing this, but this thing won't go
Right.
down.
That could be, but didn't you still have to stop him from killing dude with them chains? Because wasn't
Yes.
that what he was on his way to doing?
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
I
Like,
think
that
it
had
kind
to
of
be a lot of rage.
shows. I think it kind of shows the progress he made, and like one, okay, now he can control this thing, but at the same time, the Hulk still has a lot of anger and rage, and so he's not completely in charge, and it kind of like leads up to character development in the other movies. It's just how like you go from being like always angry to, you know, in Thor Ragnarok, like, you know, his banner's out, he can do stuff, to the other movie just like, you know what, the Hulk hates Bruce and I'm not fighting for you anymore. So I think it kind of leads to that development he gets later on.
Yeah, I guess it does. It does lead into it. I mean, it's whatever on it. But best quotes from The Incredible Hulk.
I didn't have any. A lot of memorable lines in this movie.
Well, you won't like me when I'm hungry. It's still funny, even though it didn't make sense. It's funny.
See, I can't say because it doesn't make sense.
Ah, it's still funny though. Come on.
I think we just nitpicking on that one though.
It doesn't make sense.
All right, fine. Other than that, no, there wasn't anything really.
Oh.
It wasn't no memorable quotes. Because I'm sitting here trying to think of some, and nothing stands out.
Yeah, it was kind of just like a straightforward movie. It was like nothing like really, you know. There wasn't a whole lot of comedy in the movie.
Yeah.
So it's not a whole lot of standout lines.
True. All right, and I guess the only thing that's left is for us to rate it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna use our patented rated system here. TM
Rated 15.
system. Yeah.
Patented rated 15.
CTMR whatever. But of course, we go from best movie ever to I would pay for that to you can watch while folding clothes, and then our worst ratings, of course, is pure torture and just kill me first. So, out of those 5 ratings, what did you guys think?
Say watch while
While
folding.
folding clothes.
Watch while folding clothes. Dan,
Really? I say I'd pay for that.
you pay for that? I would watch while folding clothes. Like, you don't have to pay attention to this movie at all. If it's on TV and I got nothing else to do, I guess I'll watch it, you know. But yeah, it's not better than that.
Nah. I think as a whole it's like an okay movie. Like a just okay movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Just okay. It's okay.
I guess I'm the only one that really liked this one.
You are.
Yeah.
There's a
I always
lot of
like
people
that.
that really like this movie, but
I always liked the Hulk. Like,
I mean, I
always
like the
been
Hulk. Just
not
his
this
solo movies haven't been the greatest.
one. I agree.
Yeah.
This one I was digging. I didn't dig it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is our review of the Incredible Hulk. Did you guys have anything else y'all wanted to bring out about it?
No.
No.
No? Okay. All right. With that being said, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. You can always reach out to us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/3D Rivals. You can also reach us on Gmail, 3drivals@gmail.com. Other than that, thanks again for listening. Peace out.
Appreciate it. Later.